The son of Garrick Foreman and Lindsay Foreman, a British couple detained in Iran, has expressed deep concern about his parents' fate, stating that he has had no contact with them since their arrest. The couple, both aged 52, were on a global motorcycle journey and had entered Iran around 6 months ago. They were planning to stay a few days before continuing on to Pakistan. Joe Bennett, their son, said he hasn't heard their voices since the news of their arrest, and based on the limited information he has received, his parents are being held in a small 3x3 meter cell. It was previously reported that the couple were arrested by the IRGC intelligence and are facing espionage charges, accusations their family firmly denies. In the course of diplomatic efforts, the British ambassador to Iran met with the couple at the General and Revolutionary Prosecutor's office in Kerman, but no further details about their case or current conditions have been released. Abbas Araghchi, Iran's foreign minister, confirmed in an interview with Le Monde that Leonard Montrelos, an 18-year-old Franco-German cyclist who went missing during a biking trip in Iran, has been detained by Iranian authorities for what he described as a violation of law. An official notice regarding Mr. Montrelos' status has reportedly been sent to the French embassy. In response, the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs expressed deep concern, stating it is in direct contact with Iranian officials to demand clarification about Mr. Montrelos' whereabouts and to urge an immediate end to the arbitrary detention of Western nationals in Iran. Reuters had earlier reported the disappearance of a French man in Iran, a story later confirmed by France's Minister for Citizens Abroad, though details were withheld. French media note that Mr. Montrelos vanished just days after Israeli airstrikes on Iranian territory, fueling speculation about politically motivated arrests. He is now the third French national arrested in Iran in recent months. Meanwhile, Germany has also raised concerns, warning dual nationals about heightened risks when traveling to or residing in Iran. Ali Salehi, the Tehran prosecutor, in response to recent lists circulating online, including one claiming to name around 71,000 individuals allegedly cooperating with Persian language media outlets abroad, stated that the Islamic Republic's judiciary will show no leniency towards such individuals. He emphasized that any act of espionage or collaboration with enemies of the regime will be dealt with decisively. Mr. Salehi also announced the arrest of several individuals on charges of espionage in connection with the recent Israeli attack on Evin prison, adding that some of the detainees are currently under interrogation for allegedly transmitting sensitive data and coordinates to enemy entities. Ebrahim Nazari Kiasarai, a monarchist activist residing in Rasht, was arrested by IRGC intelligence agents at his workplace, an auto repair shop, and taken to an undisclosed location. According to reports, after the arrest, IRGC agents raided his home and acted violently toward his wife and child. As of now, there is no information about Mr. Nazari Kiasarai's whereabouts or current condition. Zohre Sarv, a monarchist political activist, has had her 6 years prison sentence reinstated by a parallel branch of the Revolutionary Court, despite the Supreme Court having previously accepted her request for a retrial. Sarv had originally been sentenced to 7 years in prison on charges of assembly inclusion against national security and propaganda against the regime. Under Article 134 of Iran's Islamic Penal Code, the maximum executable sentence was reduced to 6 years. Her lawyer, Ali Sharifzadeh Ardekani, confirmed the outcome on X, stating, "Despite the Supreme Court accepting the retrial request and referring the case back to a parallel branch, the court rejected the Supreme Court's reasoning and fully upheld the original 6-year sentence." Zohreh Sarf had previously been imprisoned for 2.5 years, released. However, she was rearrested just 40 days later and returned to Evin prison. Following an Israeli missile strike on the judiciary building inside Evin in recent weeks, Sarf was among the women prisoners transferred to Karchak prison in Varamin, known for its harsh and unsanitary conditions. Mashallah Karami, father of the late Mohammad Mehdi Karami, killed during Iran's 2022 nationwide uprising, has now spent over 684 days in Karaj Central Prison. His case remains unclear and unresolved. In a short, powerful message, he said, "I'm not a murderer, I'm not a criminal, I'm just a father, and I've been in prison for 684 days." Mr. Karami was arrested on August 22, 2023 at his home in Karaj and initially taken to the Intelligence Ministry's detention center. After 3 months in solitary quarantine, he was transferred to Ward 15 of Karaj Central Prison. On May 20, 2024, the Karaj Revolutionary Court sentenced him to 5 years in prison for collusion to commit crimes against national security and 1 year for propaganda against the regime. The appeals court later reduced the sentence to 3 years and 7 months. In a separate case, Branch 102 of Nazarabad's criminal court sentenced him to 8 years and 10 months in prison, nearly 2 billion tomans in fines, and confiscation of personal property. Feyzullah Azarnoush, a grieving father seeking justice for his son Pedram Azarnoush, who was killed during the nationwide protests, remains denied access to medical treatment, phone calls, and family visits in Yasuj Central Prison. Despite suffering from prostate issues and spinal canal stenosis, sources say that the presiding judge has rejected his requests to see a doctor, and no steps have been taken to address his worsening health condition. Mr. Azarnoush is reportedly imprisoned for his monarchist political views. Lava Samimi, a Baha'i citizen from Joybar and wife of Nuyan Hejazi, was arrested by security forces outside Kachui Detention Center in Sari and taken to an unknown location. A source close to the family confirmed the news, saying previously Mrs. Samimi had been informed to visit the detention center to meet with her husband. However, upon arriving at the facility, she was detained by security officers right outside and transferred to an undisclosed location. This incident marks another escalation in the ongoing pressure and repression faced by Iran's Baha'i community, including arbitrary arrests and denial of basic civil rights. Kayvan Dehqani and his daughter Lava Dehqani, Baha'i citizens residing in Isfahan, were summoned and subjected to prolonged interrogation at a building affiliated with Iran's intelligence ministry. According to available information, Kayvan Dehqani was interrogated for approximately 9 hours, while Lava Dehqani faced 7 hours of questioning. During part of the interrogations, Miss Lava was reportedly coerced into signing pre-written documents prepared by the interrogators. Both were released after the sessions. The summons and interrogation are linked to items confiscated earlier during searches of Kayvan Dehqani's home and garden. Kayvan Dehqani is currently facing a judicial case in Branch 11 of the Revolutionary Court of Isfahan and has recently received official notification via text message that he has been placed under a travel and financial transaction ban by court order. A group of stock market victims gathered in front of the Securities and Exchange Organization of Iran to hold a protest demonstration. The protest was in response to the heavy financial losses many shareholders have suffered in recent months. The demonstrators, holding placards, demanded accountability from stock market officials, transparency in transactions, and the restoration of lost public trust in the market. Also, a new video circulated online showing another scene of protest by stock market victims in front of the Securities and Exchange Organization of Iran. In the video, protesters can be heard chanting slogans against government mismanagement and demanding the return of the lost investments. Many of them held signs accusing officials of betraying public trust and plundering people's savings through false promises. As part of a continuing nationwide wave of protests, bakers in Bojnurd ended their cooperation with the controversial Nanino bread subsidy system by returning its government-issued card readers. This protest movement, which has intensified across various regions in recent weeks, has now reached the capital of North Khorasan province. Chanting, "Our bread is not a hostage to Nanino," the bakers strongly criticized the imposed government policies and declared that under current conditions, continuing their work is no longer possible.